Hello and welcome back to MYTAKE. I'm Hussain. Today we are not talking about the President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. Neither we are talking about the President of Ukraine, Zelensky. We had enough of discussion talks about them at the Oval Office. Neither we are talking about the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi. We're not talking about any political or social issues. This video is something special. This video is different from all the other political complications or the intricacies. I go off the screen, look at this picture carefully. So, who is this handsome bride? Handsome bridegroom and the beautiful bride. No prizes for guessing. Some of you must have guessed it. This handsome boy or the handsome bridegroom is Tejasvi Surya, the dynamic MP from Bangalore South, and his beautiful bride Shivasri, a Carnatic singer. Tejasvi Surya got married on Thursday recently. Why we are discussing about this marriage? He has requested the guests on social media not to bring two gifts at the time of reception. Number one, flowers and bouquets. Number two, dry fruits. There was no mention of other gifts. He only knows the best. So this is, we're talking about, today video is going to be special. Watch till the end. So this is Tejasvi Surya, the dynamic MP from BJP from Bangalore South constituency, and his wife. He recently got married and he requested the guest on social media not to bring wedding gifts, especially flowers and bouquets and dry fruits. Why Tejasvi Surya has requested his guest not to bring flowers and bouquets and dry fruits at the time of his reception, at the wedding. According to Tejasvi Surya, some statistics I provide to give the justification. He has provided this. According to him, in the 1 crore plus weddings that take place annually in India, that means 1 crore plus weddings annually in India, flowers and bouquets are discarded within 24 hours. So we all know that in the marriages. So now for that matter, for every celebration in India, flowers are a must. Guests get a lot of flowers. All these flowers, however expensive they may be or however beautiful they may be, they are discarded within 24 hours. They'll go waste. Number two, second justification, what the Bangalore MP, South MP, has given the justification for his guest not to bring dry fruits, and 300,000 kilograms of dry fruits from weddings are left behind annually. So he said these dry fruits are left behind after the marriage, that will go waste. So one more thing, he has one more statistics to be precise. What he said, the potential charity value of such bouquets and dry fruits stands at 315 crore rupees annual. 315 crore rupees annually. I don't know where he has got this data. That's what I'm quoting, what he has given in his social media message, or the guest he requested not to get to his wedding flowers and bouquets and dry fruits. So he said the potential charity value of such bouquets and dry fruit stands at rupees 315 crore annually. That's why he requested the guest something like rupees 315 crores are getting wasted annually during the marriage season because of flowers and bouquets and dry fruits. Well said, Tejasvi Surya. Why? Because we all face the similar kind of problem during the marriage season. Whenever the marriage season comes in India, lot of confusion and problem arises to all the families. So my take here, whenever there is a marriage season in India, I get half a dozen invitations from my near and dear ones from south to north. Not only that, I get invitations from NRI friends from abroad. As soon as the marriage season starts in India, with so many invitations, it is humanly impossible to attend each and every marriage right from south to north, and attending a marriage some other country, that is next to impossible. So whenever this kind of invitations drop in, whenever we get this kind of auspicious invitations, maybe on WhatsApp, maybe on email, maybe some personal invitations who are locally in the city. So we have multiple problems. Number one, first thing is to attend a marriage of a NRI friend, maybe his son's marriage or daughter's marriage somewhere in USA or UK, Australia, New Zealand or some other country, because you do have friends these days all over the world, NRIs. So why we first preference is to drop this marriage. To be frank with you, number one, the cost incurred. Number one, to attend this marriage, you have to spend huge money on tickets, flight tickets to and fro. The people who invite you for the marriage, they never bothered about giving the flight tickets to you. They simply say you have to attend the marriage somewhere in California or maybe somewhere in Sydney. They never understand the problems we face here in India. Just imagine going to Sydney to attend a marriage for a couple of days. So number one, flight tickets. Number two, when you go to some other country, you have to stay in some hotel. That will be pretty expensive. Number two. Number three is other expenses. So the first idea comes to mind is to drop it. That is the first thing. The second problem during the marriage season, since you come from south, you have a lot of friends and near and dear ones in south. So during the marriage season, I just told you, you get half a dozen wedding invitation. These days, earlier, they used to send wedding cards. Now, it has become much easier to send a wedding invitation. It takes fraction of a second. It costs nothing to the people who invite you. They just invite you on WhatsApp or send you an email or a phone call saying that you must attend the marriage because I have only one son or only one daughter, or maybe they blackmail you or they make you senti saying that this is the last marriage we have in the family. This is the last marriage of my daughter. This is the last marriage of I have only one son or one daughter. So that is the number one. So to attend a marriage in South, maybe 3-4 marriages, it's next to impossible. So you have to use your wise discretion. Whose marriage to attend, whose marriage not to attend, so that there will be less wrath, there will be less anger from your relatives or dear ones. So that you have to decide. Moreover, once if you go to down south, you might be going for 10-15 days. So getting leave from your office or you have to discard all your important assignments or activities in Delhi and you have to attend the marriage. That is another big drawback. You have to think whose marriage to drop and whose marriage to attend. And the last confusion or the problem during the marriage season is, I told you the first, number one, attending the marriage of a NRI friend's daughter or son. Number two, the marriage of a relative near and dear one somewhere in down south. The last one is attending the marriage of a friend or a colleague or acquaintance or near and dear ones in Delhi itself. So it has less hassles, but still it is not without problems. So what we face here, so there may be a local marriage, maybe in your apartments, maybe in your neighborhood, maybe close somewhere in Greater Kailash Part 1 or Part 2, or maybe in New Friends Colony, or maybe in Chandni Chowk, or maybe somewhere in Nizamuddin, or maybe somewhere near India Gate, maybe somewhere in Noida or Gurgaon, satellite towns close to Delhi. What problem we have here? Number one is, I'm talking about traveling. Though this is a local place, because mostly marriages in Delhi, they happen in winters, where the temperatures come down to 0 degrees or 1 degree, 2 degrees temperature, maybe in December. That's the biggest problem. So the marriage will be somewhere far off from your house, maybe some 20 kilometers, 30 kilometers far off. Some of the affluent people have their marriages somewhere in a farmhouse. So attending the marriage late in the night in a farmhouse, and there you find tens and thousands and millions of cars, and parking is a big hassle or problem. First of all, whether it's not sure whether you will be able to attend the marriage or not because of so much traffic jams, especially near the farmhouses. Number two, there is a confusion in the family itself. There is a conflict between me and my wife. What kind of conflict is there? My wife always believes in giving expensive gifts to the parents or the newly married couple. Expensive gifts. My contention is, since the parents are well off, they're wealthy, they're affluent, and the boy is working in a big multinational company, MNC, where he's getting something like 6-digit figure, or maybe he's earning crores of rupees as a salary. My contention is, why to give him a gift, and what kind of gift you give? I argue with her, unless you present him something like a Tesla or a Mercedes S-Class car, we won't be doing justification by presenting a gift from China market in Lajpat Nagar. So that is another biggest problem we face, even though the marriage is in Delhi itself. So three scenarios I told you. Number one is attending a marriage in some other country of an NRI friend. Number two, attending a marriage of a friend or relative somewhere in south. And number three is attending a marriage in Delhi itself, locally. Every marriage has a different kind of problem. Every marriage, we always say, marriages are made in heaven, and marriages bring happiness to all people. There's a big get together and happiness to share, but at the same time, it has its own problems. Since we are talking about marriage gifts, wedding gifts, let me take this opportunity to talk about another kind of celebrations we do in our homes. We all have kids, we celebrate their birthdays. That is the most wonderful day any kid will have to celebrate his happy birthday. Kids enjoy this birthday. You know why? Because he doesn't know how old he is now, only because he looks forward for his friends to bring lot of gifts for him. At the same time, he will be happy to give return gifts to them. So about these kids' gifts, parents normally what do? They go to a local market, maybe in Delhi, go to Lajpat Nagar market. There you have China Bazaar or China market, where you can get any gift, anything, any toy, only for 50 rupees. These plastic toys. My suggestion is, please never buy these plastic toys and gifts and present it to kids. They are toxic, they are very harmful. Instead of that, I suggest you, my take is, present them with books, because the children have lost touch with books. All the time they are with TV, all the time they are on the social media. That's very harmful. They lost in touch. During our time, we used to read many books. If someone gets a book, we try to finish as soon as we can. So present them classic books. Panchatantra, there are many books which give moral values to children. Books with festivals, books with cultures, books with talking about different religions. We should present them. So that's all we have time for this video. Thanks to Tejasvi Surya, who said no wedding gifts please. So we made this video. It is made possible because of his idea. So it's left to you what kind of gift you are going to present and what kind of difficulties you face when you get an invitation from your near and dear ones. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for your time. Thank you for all the things you comment upon our videos. Don't forget to subscribe, share and like. Till we meet next time, take care. Bye-bye. I take this opportunity to wish the newly married couple a very happy wedding.